Okay, in this derivative we have cosine of parentheses negative x and x squared minus 4x on the bottom. It's obviously a fraction, so we're going to use the quotient rule. And in the quotient rule, if we have f over g and we want to take the derivative of that, the first thing we do is bring the bottom up to the top. We multiply it by the derivative of the top, and then we subtract off the top times the derivative of the bottom, and then we put that all over the bottom squared, right? And that's a lot. It's a lot to remember, but if you kind of remember the pattern, there's like the low d high, high d low, low on the bottom. But we're going to go ahead and start with that. The other thing to remember is that there is a chain rule on top, right? Like you have a negative x inside your cosine function, so the first thing you would do is the cosine derivative, and then you still have to multiply by the derivative of negative x when you do f prime. So let's go ahead and start. Y prime, right? We're going to bring the top up. We get x squared minus 4x, right? And then we're going to do the derivative of the top, which is, again, we're going to do the derivative of cosine, which is negative sine of negative x, right? But then we have to multiply by the chain rule, so we're going to do minus 1. And that's the derivative of f prime. The other part of the top, we're going to do f, which is cosine of negative x, times the derivative of g prime, which is the derivative of the bottom. So we do the chain rule, or the power rule on the bottom, we get 2x minus 4, right? And that's all going to be over the bottom squared, so we're just going to write x squared minus 4x parentheses squared, right? It's really messy, so we're going to clean things up. I don't know necessarily that anything's actually going to... So, but what we would do is do x squared minus 4x, right? And that would be all times sine x, right? In the other one, we have minus cosine of negative x, and that's going to be multiplied by 2x minus 4. I don't think anything really cancels here, so I'm just going to leave this in this really ugly x squared minus 4x squared. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, unfortunately, because of the sine x and the cosine x's, you can't really cancel any of the terms. So there you have it. That would be your quotient rule. That's the derivative of cosine of negative x over x squared minus 4x.